This isn't going to be a very structured video. They often are not. I guess this is not an exception. I'm out here with three of my kids. I've got Trout, Hawk, and Smiles, and they're just kind of off running around. And what I wanted to do is come out here and just use some blades. Brought the SOG Northwest Ranger. So far, I really like this blade. What I want to do, my purpose for coming out here, I guess, is just to get a feel for the ergonomics, edge retention, that kind of a thing. You guys have seen this if you've been watching my videos. This is a Kydex sheath that I made for it. It's functional, I'll put it that way. I'd do it differently if I had to do it next time aesthetically, for aesthetic reasons. But I like it, it works. This is the original sheath that the SOG Northwest Ranger comes with. It's a leather, very basic sheath. Not a big fan of that. Here's the SOG Northwest Ranger. We've got the Kraton handle here. Very nice and rounded. A little bit of a swell here on the back end. You can see right here, a little bit thicker. The blade, the Os 8 steel, I've been very happy with so far. This jimping on the back is extremely aggressive. You can really lock your thumb in there. The one thing that it kind of does is on this very end right here, it is a little bit of a pinch. So it'll be almost nice to have one more piece of jimping right back here in the back. But it's not bad. Not bad. And underneath here, this is kind of nice. You can kind of see the grooves. My concern with actually both that one spot here and these grooves underneath is it going to be a hot spot if you're going to be doing a lot of knife tasks. So that's kind of what I intended to come out here and just see what happens, see if I even notice them, and who knows, maybe they're not an issue at all. So we'll get to it. We'll start doing some carving here, and we'll have some fun with this. First things we're going to do is we're going to take this stick and we're going to carve it into a smaller stick. Again, the reason why we're out here doing this is just to get kind of a feel for how the blade handles ergonomically in the hand. One thing I notice about this grip is because you don't have any finger grooves here, it feels good in this reverse grip. There's no pressure point that sticks into the inner side of your knuckles. I instinctively went for a kind of a choke up grip on the finger choil there. This one doesn't have it. It does kind of have a, right here you can kind of choke up on it, but if you can see, you're getting your finger really close to that blade. So probably not advisable. That's just a personal preference for me. I like finger choils when getting up and doing some of the fine detail work. Again, I'm not really doing anything specific here. I just want to use the knives and get a feel for them ergonomically. Do notice that nice aggressive jimping in the back here when putting it against the knee to use this technique of cutting. That does kind of dig into the knee a little bit. Sometimes if you do this, there's this nice little soft meaty place in between kind of where your kneecap is, just below it. Sometimes if you can kind of get it into that little groove, it's not as bad. What I like about this technique is the blade is really in control of the user, and you can take some big chunks out of there. What's that, honey? You want your mommy. So far I haven't noticed the underside of this guard right here, where those grooves are, hasn't been an issue. Now I haven't been out here carving for 4 hours either, but now I think I'll take it and try to work on some of the cuts that you might use to make a figure 4 deadfall trap with. What I'm doing here is just creating a cut inside the branch to so when you slide the blade this way, it goes somewhere to stop. It has a hard stop point. This is actually a lot easier to do with live branches than it is a dead dry one like this, in my experience anyway. And again, I'm not any expert out there by any means. Learning lots, having fun while doing it. This is deep enough at this point that it would work, but I just want to keep going for testing purposes. Still cutting pretty good. Still got a nice edge on it. You know, mainly I've been using this, you know, the first third of the blade to do this cutting, and it still has a really nice edge on it. In fact, let's kind of take some of this off right here. Hopefully you can see this. I'm still playing with my GoPro here. Oh yeah, it's just curling those off. Look at that. So if you need to get some nice kindling going. Normally what I'd do in this case, you guys have seen me do this before, I put my bandana underneath and just collect all this, these little curlicues. Nice.